In my mind, I'm always the best. I don't care what the people thinking, what they say. In my mind, not just this year, but always, I'm always the best.
It don't matter how much it feel like it ain't gonna work.
Delusional.
Complete delusion. You gotta believe the delusion because it's only delusional until it works.
My philosophy is, why be normal when you can be the best? I don't want to be normal. I want to make the difference.
A motherfucker only gonna call it delusion until it don't work for nobody else to see, but for the whole world to see.
But if you don't work, if you don't ask him for it, he cannot give it to you because he created us with the power of choice.
To get anything of value, you have to sacrifice.
Every single day, you don't have to always be your best, but just bring me your best. People don't burn out and quit because of what they do. People burn out and quit because life makes them forget why they do it. The greatest trick that life plays on us all is when we aspire to do something, when we say we're gonna do something, goals, dreams, aspirations, when we attack things, when we wanna do things for our family. The greatest trick that life plays on us, once we put it out in the atmosphere, life hits us with a level of adversity, uncertainty, COVID, pandemic, and step back and say, let me see if you remember your mother now. Only thing I'm asking you to do is, if you gotta step back, regroup, wipe your eyes, wipe your face, shake it off, say a prayer, step back, then step back up and say, I'll never forget why I do what I do.
It's not fair, I'm sitting on the couch. This shit brings it out, makes you that C4. This is the tension, the pressure of life, combined with inside what your head's saying, your heart's believing. Boom! Birth of a new you. That's fucking living. You think this, what is this shit? You think I pissed myself? No. All this shit right here is the old me, the weaker me. Getting the fuck out. The stronger portion inside myself, so we don't need you anymore. Stop being the fucking parasite. No longer is there a free ride for your ass. Get the fuck out.
If you don't fix it while it's in the dark, oh, it's gonna come out in the light. God said you so worried about being what they think you should be that you're not showing up being who I called you to be. But son, when you walk in, you better walk in with my anointing. When you walk out of there, I want you to, when you walk outside, I want you to walk differently. Cry out is not a thing, although it looks good in writing. It is a strategy, it is a tool, it is a method that God's people use to get to the next level in their relationship with God. Your next level of success is going to come not just when you acknowledge it, but when you say, God, I'm ready to stop. And I said, God, I want help me to make a covenant with my eyes.
I want to make the difference, because when I make the difference, I'm the best. And that is not arrogance, that is confidence.
Do you know that the harder thing to do and the right thing to do are usually the same thing? Nothing that has meaning is easy. Easy doesn't enter into grown-up life.
The situation that became a real-life situation for me left me very few choices. So there was a choice where I could be there for everything, and then the money ain't where it need to be. Or I'm gonna do what I love, not just because I love it, and it brings me joy, and it brings me peace of mind, because I would go to the studio, and when I'm in that studio, and I close the door, and then I'm in those four walls, all of the unnecessary distractions, I can leave outside of that room.
You always have to be the person who roots for you before everyone else does. And it's usually a single clap in the auditorium for a very long period of time. It is a slow clap that's just you rooting for you. And that visual, I think, is one that you can kind of take, because it is, people struggle to do things alone. And the path of the exceptional person is one of an exception, which means that you are not with other people. And rather than fighting that or bemoaning it, see it as an indicator that you're on the right path. Because if everyone else were cheering you on, then it means you're not in the right place, because it means you're just like everyone else, and that's not where you want to be.
When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person that walked into it. That's what the storm is all about. When you can't control what's happening to you, control how you respond to it. That's where your power is, right? They asked the elderly couple one day, they said, how have you guys been married for so long? He said, we come from a generation when something is broken, we don't throw it away, we fix it. Controlling how you respond to a situation. right? It says that's where your power is.
You're setting goals you know you can reach. And when you do that, that fear, that insecurity, that doubt, that's where you grow. He's not getting that. You must always set goals that you think you cannot achieve. And then there you get better. Stay hard.
And that's the beautiful thing about working out and fitness and controlling your own world, because you own this, man. It's all you. You know? When you're in shape, man, you don't walk through life, you run through it. And then while you're running through it, you're seeing somebody to your right and left who are positive too. You start associating with them as friends. The whole network's positive. Together, collectively, you got fucking kicking it. So, alright, go for it, guys. Whatever that fear is, write it down. Tell everybody you're scared of it. And just go fucking beat the shit out of it. A new life today. This is it, man. Right now, start point. Life's not about where you start or where you end. It's the distance you travel in your life.
Why don't you reframe the decisions that you are making from this is the hardest decision to this is the better decision. This is what's going to move me forward. This is what's going to get me what I want. When you think about it like that, it makes it a lot easier to get off your ass and go fucking do it. So yes, it is absolutely normal to not feel like doing it. There is not a single person who has ever achieved anything that you want to achieve that has felt like it every single day. It's hard. It's frustrating. There's things that are gonna happen. You're gonna get punched in the face. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna have breakups. You're gonna have people let you down. You're gonna have people steal from you. You're gonna have friends let you down. You're gonna be embarrassed. You're gonna make mistakes, and everybody's gonna see it and laugh at you. All of these things are gonna happen.
Success is not for the weak and the uncommitted. This is physical. Sometimes it's gonna hurt. Sometimes it's gonna be painful. Sometimes, listen to me, sometimes you're not gonna be able to walk. Are you hearing me? I'm sick, but this is a physical sport. And if you want it, you gotta go get it. You gotta play hard for it. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? It's not for the weak and the uncommitted. So you got it. My son here say to me all the time, Dad, you being hard on me, Dad. Dad, I did 8 things, son. It ain't about, listen to me, it ain't about doing 8 things, son. It's about doing 10, son. It ain't about doing 7 good, son. It's about doing 10. It's hard. Yup, it's hard. Yup, it's difficult. Yup, why? Because the process is weeding out the weak. It's weeding out the weak.
I want you to learn that the only way you grow is how to look at yourself and say, okay, like I did, table longer than this. What the fuck I have to do to get somewhere? I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. Well, basically, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this, I can't do this, I can't do this. I'm all these insecurities. Your life finally started. When you sit there in the ugly mirror and say, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, you finally started your life. But most of all, your biggest fears, the biggest things that put you in the fucked up place you are today are in there. That's why we all like to keep them shut, even like to lock them up, act like they never happened. That's why you never grow, you never improve. You never have real conversations like we're having right now. Never. Never. Oh, no. Let's not go there. You gotta relive it. Every fucking detail of it.
Sometimes you have to let other people's dreams for your life die, for yours to live. And for me, it was like when I continued to every day not want to wake up, that was my wake up call, where I was like, either I continue to live this way and not want to be alive, or I just risk the fact that I'll die to everybody else. And I think that like it was the hardest decision of my entire life, by far. All the hard stuff we went through, still the hardest decision of my life.
What do you think is the key to achieving our goals, our success? Some people suggest things like hard work, focus, persistence. But research shows these are all byproducts of something else, something much more powerful that we can all develop. The moment we believe that success is determined by an ingrained level of ability, we will be brittle in the face of adversity.
Be focused with your energy, meaning be focused with the mind. Don't lose the goal from the mind. Whatever you do from the moment of waking up until the evening, whatever you do, keep the goal in the mind. This is the quickest way of making this goal become real.
Reality is it's gonna take everything you got. Reality is, if you don't have a big old chip on your shoulder that you could draw from and then have it push you down the road, you're not gonna fucking make it. So when you look around and you start feeling bad because these people are criticizing you, because these people are attacking you, because these people are doubting you, I challenge you to flip the perspective to one where you're thankful for that. Because eventually you'll become so successful, you won't have people doubting you anymore. You won't have people criticizing you like that. You won't have people that don't believe. And you won't have that fuel, and you wish you did. So learn how to use it, stay on the path, and recognize that no matter what someone says, no matter who it is that says it, the only way that you can lose on this journey is by giving up. And I know that sounds cliche, and I know that sounds oversimplified, but it is simple.
God, help me to stop playing. Like, I know I'm playing, God. I know the conversation ain't went all the way there, but I know it should even go here. So, God, when it goes there, in the name of Jesus, create within me a clean heart and renew a right spirit. Get it out of me, God. When I saw the person that got me off the streets, when I saw the person that had gotten me to college, when I saw the person who I had no credit got us a house, when I didn't have no credit hooked up, when I saw the person that God had given me as a help me, and it looked like they were about to have, I said, God, help! God, I'm so sick, I can't stop. God, I'm so sick that I can't fix it. God, the only way we gonna do this is you gotta do it for me and through me.
Winners are found every moment, guys, in the choices we make. Our character is defined by the choices we make on a moment-to-moment basis. It all adds up to the win. And don't give me that shit. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, it's how you play the game, all that bullshit. If that was so true, then why are there scoreboards? Why do people give a shit and keep score of anything? Fuck that, man. Always you will win. Always you will win. Sometimes you'll win immediately, but always definitely. You know what that means? You might not win it today, but your efforts done today, even the failure felt today, are all measures that create the moment later. And if you failed on the way back and got there, and you got knocked down, found it difficult for you to get back up, try that same endeavor, then you find yourself victorious in that endeavor, that's the sweetest victory of all. That builds a confidence that's unbreakable.
Listen to me, more money. Listen to me, better relationships. Listen to me, a better life. Woo! That moment, if you want this moment for the rest of your life, like if you ready to take your game to the next level, in whatever it is, sports, life, business, whatever it is, health, listen to me very closely. You gotta change that mindset. So I told you, my boy Shannon Austin said something deep to me. He said, E.T., I told my son, forget what your coach said. The difference between the average and the good and the great and the phenomenal is their mindset.
You want to reach your goal? How to reach the goal the quickest? Be focused with your energy, meaning be focused with the mind. Don't lose the goal from the mind. Whatever you do from the moment of waking up until the evening, whatever you do, keep the goal in the mind. This is the quickest way of making this goal become real.
You don't have to focus on what you can't change. The fact that you're here now and that you made a decision to get clean, to turn your life around, it's never too late.
You are your own hero. You are your own leader. You are your own master. And that is a big one because we idolize so many people and we want to be them. We want to be someone else. And in doing that, you lose all the potential of who you are. You mimic, you be them, you are them, you become them, and you lose you.
To be more successful, healthy, happy, and wealthy. The problem is, you aren't doing it. What's the gap then? Self-control, self-management, emotional maturity. When you order the nachos, even though you're on a diet. When you say yes to the extra drink, even though you know you shouldn't. When you respond in sarcasm, anger, or defensiveness instead of compassion and patience.
Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
This guy stopped me at a stoplight. He was like, hey, Goggins, why am I not getting better? I'm a big-time goal setter. I run half Ironmans. I run half marathons. I go for that new promotion at work. Why am I not getting better? I asked him a question. Do you have fear of not reaching those goals? He said no. Well, that's your problem.
The more you're grateful for, the more God will give you to be grateful for. Instead of complaining about what's going on, Man, I got to go to work today. Man, I got these kids. See, you asked for all. Remember when you wanted a job? Remember when you wanted a baby? You know what I learned? You can't cry about what's on your plate when your whole goal was to eat. It's the number one reason I have what I have, and that's the number one reason why I'm going to get more, because I just stay grateful for what I have.
You build a confidence that, in your opinion, what you feel is stronger than anything else.
Don't feed into it. Don't believe the hype. Somebody told you that hard work don't pay off. I'm here to tell you, look around, look around, look around. The law of attraction, baby. If you work for it, if you're willing to put in that sweat, that blood, and those tears, baby, I'm telling you, you can have what you want, be what you want, do what you want. Are you hearing me? So before I get started, I just want you to look around. I just want you to see it, baby, that it is a myth. Listen to me, because some of you like, E.T., I'm putting in work, I don't see it. Keep going till you see it. Don't quit. Don't give up. Listen to me. Don't give up. Don't give in. You hang in there. But if you hold on, everything you dreamed of, everything you envisioned, everything you worked for, it's coming.
When you excuse yourself from going to the gym because you got too busy. When you excuse making those prospecting calls because you got too busy. When you allowed minor distractions to pull you off your important priorities. All of these instances are a result of emotional immaturity. When temptation arose, you buckled, you submitted, you failed. It was the lack of maturity in doing what you know you should, but still don't.
And you've called life a battle for territory.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
That the things that you get in life, you know, Frederick Douglass said, we might not get everything that we fight for, but everything we get, it will be a fight. And I love the quote that life is a fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over.
What separates me from a lot of people is they go into a daunting task, and the task is overwhelming. Like, when I heard the pull-up record was 4,020 pull-ups, and I was talking about breaking this record, people are like, oh my God. I went right to a pen and paper. Like, what are you doing? I'm doing the math, man. What are you talking about? I'm open-minded to the fact that, okay, if I do 5 pull-ups in a minute for so many hours, I can get so many pull-ups in. How much time do I have to rest?
God told me to tell you today, cry out is not a theme. God said, I gave you every gift before you were born. What I'm trying to do, though, is put more anointing in you. I'm trying to put more of my spirit in you. So when you get on YouTube and you do a video, it goes viral. Why? Because my anointing is on it. And some of you love the Lord, and some of you in the choir, and some of you praise, and some of you preach, but some of you, because of your pride, you ain't ready to cry out.
I talked to a group of lawyers this week. When I got done, one guy came over to me frustrated. But man, I keep on failing. Took me 4 times to pass the bar. I'm trying to start my business. I keep on failing at that. The whole time he was talking to me, I started smiling. He goes, why are you smiling? I said, because you missed it. I don't see failure. I see grit, determination, drive, sacrifice. Failure means you're trying. A whole bunch of people out here never fail because they never try. He said, how do you handle failure, Goggins? I said, I don't look at it as failure. I look at it as my first. Third attempt. One thing in life that's for sure. The valiant motherfucker always wins. Stay hard.
Everything you want in life, you can have. You can have all your wants in life, but not 1 second before you stop making excuses for not having what you want. And you get rid of those excuses of life. Get rid of the voices of what everyone else says, because there's 2 people inside of you, right? There's a person that everyone else sees on the outside looking in. And then there's the other person, the person you believe your potential can be. What you can see is what you see that you can be. And thine will the individual to come out. That kind of scary. Too fast is scary. 1, it takes hard work. You have to feel like this to give birth to them. You know, it's just, scary for a lot of people. They have to go through, they have to endure that sweat after your life, dedication and sacrifice, the diligence to see it through, the unknowns of life.
I wish I could tell you something else. I wish I could tell you tired, go take a break. I wish I could tell you tired, rest for a year. I wish I could tell you that it's gonna get easier. I wish I could tell you it's gonna get easier. I wish I could tell you that if you just keep going, it's gonna get lighter. The weight is gonna get light. I wish I could tell you that, but that's not the truth. The truth is you gotta find something within. You gotta find something within, and that's gotta push you, and that's gotta elevate you, and that's gotta drive you, and that's gotta move you. And when you find out what your why is, and your why gotta be deeper than you, when you find your why, you don't hit snooze no more. When you find your why, you find a way to make it happen. So let me just say this to you. If it was easy, boo, everybody would win the Rose Bowl. If it was easy, boo, everybody would be a national champion. Everybody would be a millionaire or a billionaire. Everybody's company would blow up. Everybody would get a 4-year degree, a master's degree. Everybody would have a medical degree or a PhD or a law degree if it was easy.
I think people should use their pain more. And if they don't have enough pain, then one, maybe that's fine and you're a dreamer and that's okay. But I will tell you that a word that I read in my 6-month journey between when I wanted to quit and when I actually quit, there was this word that just pissed me off. And it was this in this self-help or entrepreneur book, and it said, there are entrepreneurs and there are wantrepreneurs. And it was like, wantrepreneurs are people who read these books and don't do anything. And I was just like, I don't want to be one. I was like, I am one of these right now. And it just felt so powerless. And I think that my entire life has been a lot of trying to have power. And I mean that in the true sense of just being able to direct influence in events. I've wanted to have more power to protect myself, protect the people I care about, etc. And I felt very powerless.
You have to be open-minded to the possibilities that I can do this. Once you shut your mind down to the possibility that it can be achieved, there's no way it can happen.
You got to be grateful when you're making 50,000. Then you got to be grateful when you get to 75,000. You got to be grateful at 80,000. A lot of people stay pissed off because they ain't a millionaire. But I got news for you. If you pissed off where you are right now, you'll never be a millionaire.
Like I said before, winners, their belief overrides the disbelief of the crowd every single time. So no matter what happens, they believe in themselves when no one else is out there. That's gonna be the make or break. That's gonna be the details of success. That's gonna be the cause combined to the effect. That's the life you wanna live. That's the life you can live. That's the life you better start living.
And so sometimes you got to play hard. You got to play physical. You got to play tough. Because the game itself is tough. The game itself is hard. I know you got what it takes not to quit, not to give up, not to give in. And finally, baby, I love it, I love it, I love it. They say here, finish. Oh, I love it. Quicken Loans taught your boy this. They taught me this. Listen to me real quick. Innovation is reward. Execution is worship. Are you hearing me? Oh, you better hear what I'm telling you, baby. Listen to me very closely. Innovation is rewarded. That's where some of y'all at. Just because you do something like my son, you did 7%, you did 80%, you did 16%, you did 30%, you did 90%, and you trying to get something for that. Listen to me very closely. Execution is worship. You got to get to a place that when you start it, you get through the middle of it, the doldrum, and you finish it. Are you hearing me? And not just finish, you finish strong.
You only have one voice. You never created the second voice.
For those of you that have experienced some hardships, don't give up on your dream. No one could have convinced me by holding on, by continuing to push forward, by continuing to run toward my dream, that one day I would have my own talk show. It's a long shot, ladies and gentlemen, from Liberty City, an abandoned building on a floor. Never knowing my mother or father. It's a long shot. Being here with you today in this dome in Atlanta, it's a long shot. No college training, labeled educable, mentally retarded, but I kept running toward my dream.
Say this to you, if it was easy, boo, everybody would win the Rose Bowl. If it was easy, boo, everybody would be a national champion. Everybody would be a millionaire or a billionaire. Everybody's company would blow up. Everybody would get a 4-year degree, a master's degree. Everybody would have a medical degree or a PhD or a law degree if it was easy.
We make choices every day. If you decide that you will be poor, there's nothing I can do. You're gonna be poor. If you decide to be rich today, who gonna stop you? Who? If you decide you want to be rich, all you gotta do is start. Why not? Who gonna stop you? Unless you tell it to the wrong person. Mama, listen to me. I'm going to be rich. Ain't nobody rich in this family. Go in there and sit down somewhere. Get yourself a good job. Oh, mama, you must be right. No.
but you only need one yes or one positive to change your entire life. And so there's this habit, and that's where cynicism comes from, where we get so many positive reinforcers for saying no and being right. But it's only short-term being right, because you have to make big bets to win big. And that also means that you're wrong plenty of times, and people aren't willing to look stupid for being wrong. This school bet could go wrong. I'm betting it's not, but everything has risk. And I've been public about it. Right? And so like, if anything, but like I've played this out. So like, I'll tell you how I played this out. I was like, if it goes wrong, I'll document the things that I learned and then I'll apply next time. And I'll do what I've always done, state the facts and tell the truth.
Motivation is just a spark, but those little sparks, if somebody comes by real quick with some water, that fire is down, it's out. But if you come by and that little fire, no one touches it, and that little fire, which is motivation, which is kindling, and that kindling grows off to, like they call it, 1 hour fuels, 2 hour fuels, 10 hour fuels, 10,000 hour fuels. You want that thing to boil over and catch a nice big log. It's gonna burn a long time. And that big log starts catching everything on fire. This is your soul. So motivation a lot of times can be fucking just put some water on it, puts it out. That motivation needs to turn into drive, passion, obsession to what you want to become. And once you become obsession or driven, it's a fucking inferno. So now you gotta call in tons of firefighters and call in for help from here, call in for help from there. And they're not putting that shit out. Only thing that can take that thing out, it's gotta burn itself out.
Every single person that you look up to, every single success story that inspires you, every single championship story that you say, damn dude, one day that's gonna be me, they all went through this. Every fucking single one of them. So don't think it's just you, don't take it personal, but use it as fuel. Because if you can execute, you cannot be fucking stopped. And let me remind you of one little thing before we let you go. If you quit and you do retire back into the framework of normalcy, you know what they're gonna say 10 years from now about you? They're gonna say, yeah, he tried, but he fucking failed. Just like I knew he would. So you can decide, do you wanna go down the path and face the criticism, and face the hate, and face the frustration, and face the pain, and use it as fuel, and then go on to fucking win, and inspire, and teach, and lift people up? Or do you want to retire into the framework of normalcy?
It's something that I'm known by. It's on our tapes called Choosing Your Future, and it says simply this, that if you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, for all that your dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, and if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it, and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, and if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famish, or gout, sickness, or pain, or body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim, you besiege and beset it, with the help of God, you'll get it.
You have to push yourself so hard and go so far in the arena to feel that mental anguish. You can't go anymore, but somehow you find the intestinal fortitude to take that one more wreck.
You can make anything that feels circumstantially negative in the moment if you ask the question, what would make this thing the best thing ever? And so I would argue, maybe you would agree, that you snapping your Achilles was probably the best thing that ever happened to you because it got you here. And right now, you probably have your version of the snapped Achilles that's going on in your life, but there's also the version of the Top 50 in the World podcast that is waiting for you to take action as a result of your snapped Achilles.
I've always figured that why go to a tournament if you're not going there to try and win? There's really no point in even going. That's the attitude I've had my entire life, and that's the attitude I will always have.
Ridiculous triple miracle. Like you're literally more likely to win the lotto 10 times in your life than actually have a life. So I ask you, my friends, with this one life, you're gonna sit on your couch and dwell, you're gonna be upset about some shortcoming, you're gonna be upset about that thing that happened last week that f***ed you up. I'm asking you, I'm promising you, please take this swing, make this at bat.
Hey, okay, we're gonna do this today. No, this f***ing really sucks. This is real, dude. This is real. And every day,
I'm set back. I'm set back. I'm set back. I'm set back. So this is what I would tell your boy. This is exactly what I tell him. Every day you wake up, you're gonna probably be set back for the first 4 weeks before you lose to significant weight, because if the mind is gonna be f***ing with you the whole time. There's no dopamine. There's no dopamine in there at 300 pounds. You got nothing. Your hormones are shot. You have to envision something that is more powerful than you. Something has to get you out of bed, and you have to create it. It has to be false, because you're not it. You're a fat piece of shit, and that's the reality of it. So you have to create a false reality to live in that, just to get to work on yourself. That's the reality.
It takes more effort to start in the beginning, and more people are right about the fact, they're like, hey, you're not going to hit it big. And guess what? A month in, you're not. But they're only measuring on months. And at 6 months, you're also not going to have hit it big yet. And they're going to be like, I'm still fucking right. And at a year, you're still not going to have hit it big. And they'll still be fucking right. And every day that you haven't hit it, they're going to feel like they were right. But they're wrong, because they're measuring in days and you're measuring in decades.
Remember that person that was hungry, that wanted more. Remember that person now, because you have more to get. Don't let society's caution tape stop you from your pursuit of where you can be. Don't be a wannabe. Want to be more. Want to put the work in. Everybody in life, guys, wants to be something. No one wants to just be a wannabe. Everyone wants to be the lawyer, wants to be the doctor, wants to be the inspiration, wants to be someone of principle. No one wants to be forgotten.
I just got a 17-hour flight. And I'm sitting there thinking, take a day off. No one will know. But I keep on thinking too, there's always someone out there who's working harder than you. I'm haunted by that motherfucker. Knowing that someone out there is willing to forgo personal desires and comforts, forgo sleep, forgo whatever it takes to be better, to be the best. In life, a lot of times, a lot of us have that person out there. There may not be a name or a face to him, but he exists. You make sure in life when they think about that person, you make sure they put a name and face to it. You make sure the name and face is yours. You do the haunting. Get in somebody's head. Own space. In those times when you want to quit, because we're all human. You make sure you remember one thing. All those times and hours and days you sacrifice to be the best. Stay hard.
Come on, you gotta hear what I'm telling you. He said you gotta be intentional and deliberate about money stuff. You gotta create a product that people need, and you gotta give it to them regularly. Like, thank God on Monday for the last 8 years, you just gotta keep giving it to them. And the first year, nothing. The second year, nothing. The third year, a little something. The fourth year, a little bit more. By the fifth year, boom, you're a household name. Intentional and deliberate. You're a good person that just hopes the good stuff is gonna happen to you.
Find a thing you like. Try to find a thing that you really enjoy. Try to find a thing that you're passionate about.
Like an activity.
Yes. For me, early on, it was drawing. It was illustrations. It was comic books. I wanted to be a comic book illustrator. And then it went from comic book drawing and illustrations to martial arts. So, but it was just another thing that I was very, very passionate about. And that was my vehicle out of my dilemma. That was my vehicle out of my own anxiety and trauma and my own issues and insecurities. And find something. Find a thing that you genuinely enjoy, because getting good at things you genuinely enjoy is extremely beneficial for young people.
No matter what you do, you're all in. This is going to kill you. So I think you might as well play the most magnificent game you can while you're waiting, because do you have anything better to do? Really? Why not pick the best thing possible that you could do? Why not do that? Maybe you could justify your wretched existence to yourself that way. I think you could. That's what it looks like. You know, people find such meaning in the responsibilities they adopt, it stops making them ask questions about what life is for. If you have a newborn child, for example, like, unless you're really in a bad way, psychotically depressed, or maybe your personality really needs some retooling, you stop thinking about.
The way I like to frame it is, when you were born, you are a phenomenon, you are unique. Your DNA has never occurred in the history of the universe, going back billions of years. It will never occur in the future. Your life experience with your parents and everything that you experience in your early years going on up is unique, it's yours.
Okay, let me finish.
I gotta prove it. Prove what? I'm not a mistake.
If you give it all you have, you're gonna get max potential back. And then who knows what can come. That's the beautiful thing. If you don't show up, guys, you know the outcome. You'll never get the job, never get the part, never get the girl if you don't show up. If you show up, you put yourself in a situation to create those opportunities. And when you show up, how hard do you go? That's the faster the opportunity will come to life for you.
That 1.5 hours a day that you have to write, God damn, you better be caffeinated and motivated. You gotta go, you gotta get after it, and you gotta have discipline.
My big thing is that people's fears are predicated on other people. You're allowing other people's opinions to dictate your life. Letting somebody else dictate your life is immediate unhappiness. You're not in control based on somebody else's opinion.
I want you to know that you're blessed and highly favored, and that as you go toward the future, begin to know that you have greatness within you. And if just one of you here begin to envision yourselves as being blessed and highly favored to reach your goals, if just one of you capture the essence of what that means, that you have greatness within you and a responsibility to manifest that greatness, that you can make your parents proud, you can make your school proud, you can touch millions of people's lives, and the world will never be the same again because you came this way.
The mental pride you feel and the transfer of pain to exhilaration physically is something once touched you can't live without. And that's why in here it's not work, it's love. It's a process that you're proud to be a part of. It's an everyday, it's not work, it's love, man. And once you find the love in your work, the sky's the limit on your potential.
Miles. This is a guy who can run 30 miles any time of the day. So I tell him to come out to my house and we'll get some runs in. So he comes out, he goes, man, I'm telling you, I can't run past 8 miles. But I realize in his life, he's added a new kid, more responsibilities at work, all this stuff. He's not thinking about this, I am. So I take him out for a run. We get 30 minutes into it. How far are we going, Goggins? I ain't tell him. Get an hour into it. I ain't tell him. Hour and a half into it, didn't tell him. So soon he shuts up. We run 3 hours. The guy does fine. Next day we go out there, he's able to run 20 miles again. So this is what happened to him. His circuit breaker blew. Our minds are very similar to circuit breakers. When they blow, you gotta figure out what it is. Sometimes you just add it too much to your fucking plate. Go back in your mind and figure it out. Stay hard.
Don't stop the journey is what they're saying. Don't forget where you came from.
There have been so many times in my life where I knew I needed to do something, and then I filled all this extra time not doing that thing. And then the moment I did it, I was like, wow, that took way less time than I thought it was going to take. And not only that, it took way less time than it took me to delay to actually get to this point. And if I had only started with just doing what I was supposed to do, I could have done 4 or 5 other things that I was also supposed to do by this exact same point. And so thinking about it from that perspective, I've tried to eliminate as much time between I think I should do this thing and beginning doing it. And I think you get this positive reinforcement cycle that occurs every time you start. I call it pulling the thread. It's like, I just need to start pulling the thread. And then all of a sudden what feels really unknown becomes very tangible. And you're like, oh, I understand the 6 problems I have to solve to do this big thing. But now I know the problems, and then it feels like you can wrap your arms around it, and then you can start taking it one bite at a time.
Rather than doing the things you know you should be doing but aren't. People delay doing things they don't like for longer than it takes to do them.
If you're in a fight, you have to attack. You have to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul of whatever the fuck is in front of you. That's what I realized. I was never breaking the soul of anything in front of me. So that's why I came up with a thing called Taking Souls in my book. I started to devise ways to break a soul of a human being, of an object, of whatever's in front of me. If you keep on attacking something, nothing wants to stand in front of anything that is relentless. Nothing.
I said to her, you know, Mom, all those people that you're talking about that are 80, 85, 87 years old, like they've had a full run at it. I'm like, I've buried my friends that are 27 years old, 30 years old, 31 years old. Like that's horrible.
And so people that got this full run, man, be thankful that they got that full run. And right now, if you're a dude and you're 22 years old and you feel like you're directionless, get your shit together, man, and go start making things happen.
It's up to you guys. I applaud you for being here. I applaud you for watching this, encouraging you to incorporate this in your workout. You'll see the gains like I did, and you'll fall in love with it. Even though it's tiring and exhausting, and you're sweating your ass off, and you're tired as can be, small down payment that you're willing to pay every day for the large investment of a greater life. You only got one life, guys. Again, if you work it right, you only need one.
It is whatever it takes. That's the lie of society, okay? The lie of society is that you can win without doing whatever it takes, and you just can't. You're not that good. I'm not that good. Nobody's that good. Nobody, okay? So to think that you can get by and build a career as an entrepreneur or build a career as an entrepreneur doing what you feel like doing as opposed to what the it takes is a false expectation. There are too many people who are high skilled, have tons of experience, have tons of resources, and have come from nothing and are willing to do whatever the it takes, that you cannot beat them unless you at least, at a bare minimum, do everything perfect. And that's the disconnect between, you know, people, what they think it takes to win and what it actually means to be a competitor and win.
Don't stop! Don't stop! Don't stop running toward your dream. It's very important as you hold on to that dream. There are moments when you're going to doubt yourself. There are rough times that are going to come, but they have not come to stay. They have come to pass. It's very important for you to know that. Don't say I'm having a bad day. Say I'm having a character building day. It's very important for you to believe that you are the one